This is the number one secret that advertising agencies, business coaches, life coaching schools, and even your competition does not want you to know. And it is this, that it is not enough to be a therapist, a life coach, a business consultant, a wellness expert in today's world. You have got to create an identity that is different, or you're going to become a commodity and it's going to severely affect your business and your financial future. You have to take on the belief set and the mindset of an educator, an advocate, someone who is on a mission, someone who has a campaign to make the world a better place, starting with the clients in front of you and in your community. We have to make this new mindset that we are out there every day marketing and sharing what we have learned. And you only have to be 10% farther than the person that you're leading to be able to be effective for them. So many people are feeling stuck and they're procrastinating and they have imposter syndrome and perfectionism. And these are all excuses that come from limiting beliefs that we're not enough. And we have to shed that. We have to stand in our power and we have to decide that I am going to educate people, that I'm going to be out there as a voice for them, as a role model for them, as someone who they can draw inspiration from, which means that you always got to be working on yourself. You always got to be working on your beliefs and your mindset so that you can lead others with congruency and authenticity. And this one shift allowed me to go from where I was struggling in my transformation coaching practice for 8 years in a row. I just broke all the time, always trying to figure out, how am I going to get my next client? How am I going to pay my bills? How come it's happening for everybody else and not for me? That all changed when I took on this shift of I'm going to be an educator. I'm going to be out there every day making videos, getting on TV, writing newsletters, reaching out to newspaper editors, being on podcasts these days, anything I could. I imagine that there's people out there that are so thirsty and they're going to die without the water, and I've got a barrel of water and I got to get it to them. And they don't care what kind of cup I give them the water in. They're like, oh, but it has to be a beautiful cup and it has to be all shiny and it has to be all perfect. No, it doesn't. They want the water. They don't care about the cup, right? And you have to have that attitude that I got to get them the water. I got to get it to them. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all the way done. I just have to get them what I know right now. And I got to do it today. You got to have urgency. You got to be an implementer. I want you to say, I'm an implementer. I take action. I get things done. And then I want you to say, I'm a completionist. I'm a completionist. I finish what I start, right? You got to be a doer. You got to be an implementer. You got to be a completionist. And with these beliefs, when you show up as an educator, you are going to stand out because rarely anybody is doing this. Only 3% of everybody in the whole personal development industry is actually doing this. It'll allow you to instantly stand out from the crowd. It'll instantly allow you to stand out from all the noise that's on the internet. And it allowed me to go from struggling for 8 years in a row to running a six-figure practice for 19 years straight. And that we had terrorist attacks, we had recessions, we had economic crises, we had, our whole profession is turning into a commodity. Now we've got AI technology and these apps that are going to try to replace mental health experts and wellness experts. We have to take a stand for ourselves. We got to take a stand for our clients, and we got to take a stand for our profession, or we're not going to have one. And so this is very important that you take action and you pay attention to this today. You have got to position yourself as an expert and a community market leader, a trusted advisor and an authority in your market, with your niche, with your people. So start taking on, start taking on, I get so choked up about it. Start taking on that identity today, and you're going to find that all of a sudden your business starts to grow. You start to have more joy with what you're doing. And finally, those opportunities that you've been hoping and praying for are going to start to come into your life and take it to a whole other level. So join me in this crusade. Let's end needless emotional suffering, start making a world a better place, including your world for you and your family. Talk to you soon.